just to dabble, and you were to dabble, then maybe together we should just dabble with it, or play the game.
Welcome back to another episode of AI Dungeon. I've went through and edited the writing style and the theme style to try to capture funnies. And that's kind of what I wanted out of this. I look at all this AI stuff and I think there's a lot of gag to be found, and I'm hoping to try to make this world a little bit more funny now. We created a serious structure. It understands that that's going to happen, but it should be trying to add a little extra comedy. And I wonder if the AI can even do comedy. When the AI ain't trying to do comedy, it's the best. At earlier days of AI Dungeon was amazing. I cracked up and I barely tried. And this is the world I just want to make a little bit more satirical. I didn't add the word satirical, but that's fine. Let's see what we can get from this. Oh, satire. I had satire. That works for me. Last time we left off, we were about here. Taking place from last time, the council member goes on to explain that several powerful magical relics have gone missing in recent months, causing chaos and destruction throughout the city. The council believes that these thefts are related to the rise of a powerful criminal organization that seeks to gain control of the city and use the stolen relics to further their own agenda. The bookbound and their party listens intently as the council member speaks. Their minds are racing with thoughts of the mystery they have stumbled upon. So, in story cards, I made a 13th cult, the 13th cult of Undecember, the 13th cult. I'm hoping that it might try to tie in that with that. I try to make it say, hey, this is a thing that's common now. Just to let you know. Let's just continue. Then we'll take a turn. The bookbound interjects with a question. And what do you know about the dark energy we sensed in the shrine? The stern-looking council member furrows his brow in response. We have been aware of the dark energy for some time now. It seems to be growing stronger by the day, and we are not sure where it is coming from. Some believe that it may be connected to the thefts of the magical relics. The bookbound and their party leaves the city council chambers. The weight of the council words heavy on their minds, they decide to speak with the city guards to gather more information about the missing magical relics and the possible whereabouts of the thieves. As they approach the guard barracks, they can hear the sounds of chaos and confusion within. What is happening? The party hustles inside, only to be met with a scene of organized chaos. Guards are rushing to and fro, preparing for some unknown crisis. In the center of it all, a grizzled veteran sergeant is barking orders, trying to maintain some semblance of control. I don't know what that means. The bookbound approaches the sergeant, their voice steady and commanding. Sergeant, we are here to assist in any way we can. The sergeant turns to the bookbound, his eyes scanning them up and down before responding. Help? I don't know if you've noticed, but we're a bit busy here. We've got reports of strange occurrences all over the city, and we can't seem to get a handle on it. The bookbound nods, their eyes taking in the chaos around them. I understand, Sergeant. However, we have some information that may be of help. We recently retrieved a dark artifact from a shrine outside the city, and the council mentioned that several powerful magical relics have gone missing in recent months. We were wondering if there could be a connection. The sergeant's eyes widen in surprise. and he motions for the bookbound to follow him to a quieter corner of the barracks. A dark artifact, you say, and you retrieved it from a shrine outside the city? That's very interesting. The sergeant lowers his voice, his expression serious. I've got a lot of questions for them now. I say, why? What do you know about it? Is it connected to the chaos going around here? The sergeant hesitates for a moment, choosing his words carefully. I can't say for sure, but there have been rumor of a powerful criminal organization that has been growing in power in recent months. They've been linked to several high-profile thefts of magic artifacts and relics. Some believe that they may be responsible for the strange occurrence plaguing the city. The bookbound nods, their mind racing with thoughts about the possible connection between the criminal organization and the chaos in the city. Do you have any idea where we might find some information about the organization? We may be able to help if we can get to the bottom of this mystery. The sergeant strokes his beard thoughtfully, his eyes scanning the bustling barracks before settling back to the bookbound. There have been whispers of a secret hideout, some sort of underground lair where the organization is said to operate from. But I must warn you, it's dangerous territory. If you set on investigating, you'll need to be careful and make sure you're well prepared. The bookbound nods gravely, understanding the gravity of the situation. We'll do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this. The human and elf bookbound make their way through the bustling streets of the city, their minds focused on the task at hand. They are on the trail of a powerful criminal organization, one that has been stealing magical artifacts and causing chaos in the city. As they walk, they discuss their plans, their voices low and serious. We need to find the secret lair as quickly as possible, the human says, his brow furrowed in concentration. Agreed, the elf responds, her eyes scanning the crowds around them. But we also need to be careful. We don't know what we're up against, and we don't want to walk into a trap. The human nods, his mind racing as he tries to come up with a plan. We'll need to gather more information, find out where this lair might be, and what we can expect when we get there. The human and elf bookbound arrive at the entrance to the Undercity, a nondescript basement door tucked away in a dark alley. They pause for a moment, taking in their surroundings before cautiously descending the stairs. I guess they didn't like my suggestion. The basement is damp and musty, and the air is thick with the smell of magic. They can hear muffled voices and footsteps in the distance, and they know that they are getting close. The bookbound and their companions move through the dimly lit corridors of the Undercity, their footsteps echoing off the damp stone walls. They are on the lookout for any sign of the criminal organization. Their senses heighten as they navigate the labyrinthine passageways. As they move deeper into the Undercity, they come across a group of shady-looking individuals huddled around a table playing cards. The elf spell takes effect, and the group of shady characters suddenly seem much more cooperative. The human approaches them, his aura of intimidation causing them to shrink back in fear. "Who are you?" the human demands, his voice echoing through the Undercity. "What do you want with us?" The shady characters exchange nervous glances before one of them speaks up. "We're just traders, nothing more," he says, his voice shaking. "We don't know anything about any criminal organization. Please just leave us alone." The human and elf exchange skeptical glances before the elf speaks up. "We don't believe you," she says, her voice laced with magic. "Tell us what you know, or we'll make you tell us." The shady characters squirm under the bookbound's intense gaze, but they seem reluctant to reveal any information. The human leans in closer, his eyes narrowing. "You're hiding something," he growls, "and I suggest you tell us what it is before we decide to take matters into our own hands." The group of traders huddles together, whispering frantically amongst themselves, before one of them speaks up again. She's gonna keep going. It's kind of right itself right now. "All right," he says, holding up his hands to surrender. "We'll tell you what we know, but you have to promise to let us go." The human and elf exchange a glance, silently agreeing to the terms. "Fine," the human says gruffly. "Spill it." The trader takes a deep breath, steeling himself. "We've heard rumors about a criminal organization called the Black Shadow." "That's something way different," he says in a low voice. "They're after magical artifacts and they've been stealing them from all over the city. We don't know much about them, but we've heard that they have a secret lair somewhere in the Undercity." The human and elf shares a look, their suspicions confirmed. "Do you know where this lair might be?" The trader shakes his head. "No, we don't," he says, "but we've heard that it's well guarded and hidden deep in the Undercity. If you're looking for it, you'll need to be careful. The Black Shadow is a dangerous organization, and they won't hesitate to eliminate anyone who gets in their way." The human and elf exchange a determined look. "We'll be careful." Oh, they'll be careful, all right. The bookbound's spell takes effect. The door to the Undercity becomes magically sealed, only responding to their touch. They nod in satisfaction and proceed deeper into the Undercity, their path lit by magical torches that flicker and dance along the damp stone walls. As they walk, the bookbound and their companions are on high alert, their senses attuned to any sign of danger. Give me something to respond to. The deeper they venture into the Undercity, the more tense the atmosphere becomes. The sounds of distant chatter and footsteps fade away, replaced by an eerie silence that weighs heavily on their shoulders. Suddenly, they hear the sound of shuffling footsteps ahead, and they quicken their pace. They turn a corner and find themselves facing a group of guards clad in black armor masks. The masked guards raise their weapons, their eyes fixed on the approaching bookbound and their companions. The tension in the air is palpable as both sides prepare for a confrontation. "Halt!" one of the guards command, his voice muffled behind the mask. "You are not authorized to be in this part of the Undercity. Turn back now or face consequence." Alright, this one might be interesting. I might have fixed up my little kink. Maybe. We'll find out. "Halt!" one of the guards commands, his voice muffled behind his mask. "You are not authorized to be a part of the Undercity. Turn back now or face consequences." The only two bookbounds here is the elf bookbound and the human bookbound. The companions are gone, but the human casts a spell of illusion, making it seem they have more followers with them. As they square off against the black guards, the elf says, "By what authority do you possess?" The masked guards exchange a glance, their expression unreadable behind their mask. "We serve the Council of Elders," the leader responds. "We have been tasked with maintaining order in the Undercity and ensuring that dangerous artifacts are kept out of the wrong hands." The human bookbound snorts. "And who determines what constitutes the wrong hands?" they ask, skepticism evident in their voice. "Apparently. But, this is good, I say. We are here by the Council of Elders to put a stop to the threat of thieves. We are two bookbounds with experience in these matters." The masked guards seem to consider this for a moment, for the leader nods. "Very well," he says. "We will allow you to pass, but be warned, if we suspect you of any wrongdoing, we will not hesitate to take action." The bookbound and their companions nod in understanding and continue on their way. I swear, they think... I'm starting to think that they think the bookbound... Oh well, fuck it. Well, the illusion of companions. I'm so flustered about just saying it's just two of us now. I've tried to drop a load. They won't let me drop a load. We'll continue. It's getting interesting. I want to get it to a continued place, and then we're going to pause. Getting it to express what I want it to express a little bit more is going to be a little flustering. So I want to work with it slowly and try to get it to do what I need to do. Apparently I got a new group to make, the Black Shadows. I also like these black guards. As they explore deeper into the Undercity, the bookbound and their companions encounter various challenges and obstacles, including puzzling riddles, deadly traps, and fearsome monsters. However, they use their unique abilities and teamwork to overcome each obstacle and come closer to uncovering the truth about the Black Shadow. Finally, they reach the heart of the secret lair and come face to face with the criminal organization leaders. Oh, well, what are we going to do now? The bookbound and their companions come to a halt as they face the leader of the Black Shadow. The room is filled with an air of tension and anticipation as both sides prepare for confrontation. Who are you? And what is your business here? One of the leaders demand, his voice cold and menacing. The elf bookbound steps forward, their voice steady and confident. We are here to put a stop to your criminal activities. This one's gonna be a good one. All the while, the human uses his great power to polymorph the leader. The room is filled with a sudden burst of light and chaos as the leader of the Black Shadow transforms before their eyes. The human bookbound has used their great power to polymorph the leader into a harmless creature, such as a small fluffy bunny. The other leaders and guards are taken aback, unsure of how to react. I'm going to take advantage of this. As the bookbound and their companions engage in battle, their magical abilities create a chaotic and surreal atmosphere in the lair of the Black Shadow. The elf's illusion and shadow magic creates a whirlwind of confusion and disorientation, making it difficult for the guards to keep track of their surroundings. Continue, because there's more to this. The human bookbound's crackling energy from their Great Magical Tome adds to the chaos. Their attacks leaving streaks of light across the room, residue of magic relics in the air seem to amplify the power of their spells, making them even more unpredictable and potent. The guards struggle to keep up with the onslaught of magical attacks. Their own weapons and abilities no match for the bookbound's reality-altering powers. As the bookbound and their companions emerge victorious from the Black Shadow's lair, they are met with a mixture of awe and admiration from the city guards and council members. The bookbound have not only succeeded in exposing the criminal organization, but have also managed to retrieve a number of missing magical relics. In the aftermath of the victory, the bookbound are approached by a group of council members who express their gratitude in action. I'm going to put finished. Seems finished enough for me. If it'll take. The council member extends an invitation to the bookbound to join them in their efforts to maintain order and stability in the city. The elf bookbound, having witnessed the devastation caused by criminal organizations, considered the offer carefully. The human bookbound, on the other hand, remains skeptical of the council's intention and warns of the potential danger of getting too involved in politics. Well, that's my end. And if it'll let me, I'll try to do a restart version of the story. I'll add a couple little things. I'll try to make it a little bit more funny. It was okay. It's hard for the AI to do gags and stuff. I have to write in the gags. I wanted weird prompts. And I just get kind of... I mean, it is a fascinating adventure. And it's good to see a part 2 of this. But the more I learn how to perfect this, the more I can perfect the next world I want to build. Kind of like a mini World of Darkness or something. That'd be kind of fun too. Alright. Take care, folks. Yeah, this is as good as I'm gonna get it. Bye-bye.